Welcome back. Welcome to episode, what was this, 008? We're moving now.
Yeah.
008. Yeah. Ooh, welcome back to Blood Don't Matter podcast, only podcast you can get when we talk about black issues within a black family, over a variety of different relationships, whether it's marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant others, friendships, co-workers, dealing with relationships in a very wide and broad spectrum. It's funny too, because I always thought about it. We never really did an introduction besides that out of our first one. So I'm Ramond, and I'm joined with us today by Brashana and Victor and Shamar.
Like that.
What? That's your name though, right?
Okay, but let's not even.
Is it Brashana?
Let's just not.
Brashana?
Brashana. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wait,
can we?
That's
Yes.
how it's
Can we not?
No, I think we should talk about it because.
Can we the fuck not?
Nah, if I was her, I wouldn't want to talk about it, so I'm not gonna say that. That's right.
All right. Well, that's who we are. Armand,
Yeah.
Shauna, Vic, Shamar. Do you
Yeah.
have a nickname?
That sounds about right.
Nope.
You don't have a nickname?
He
So
actually
you went through all of your
doesn't.
life. You went through all of your life just being called by your full name.
Yes.
Like Vic
But
has Vic.
in a particular way.
I have Mani.
Shamar!
I have Armani.
Shamar. How do you say it? His name is not Shamar. It's Shamar. The way my mother says it. It makes everybody feel.
I mean, it depends
feel
what you mean by nickname. Like, universally, my nickname is Vic. But, shorty's call me Juicy Fruit. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, well, I got a couple of nicknames. And I'm thinking about it.
fucking smelt it.
Some of my
smelt
family
it.
calls me Mani. Actually, a lot of close friends and family call me Mani. I go by B, Monster.
Never fucking heard that.
B. All the military people that we know call me B.
Wow,
Oh, yeah,
never
last
heard
name's
that
Benson.
before.
Yeah, last name's Bent. Yeah, come on now.
The
So
fuck
even
do I
like
care?
back, yeah.
They
Never
call
been
me
in
Big
here,
B. Yeah, call me that.
Big B.
Not because I'm in the military, though. It's because I'm streets.
Well, you look like a big B nigga. Like,
Hey, I better Big Pyru. No.
first of all, I like your glasses too. I ain't gonna lie. Those are kind of fresh.
It's
Oh.
I wish I
It's
had
like-
perfect vision so I could wear shit like that. Like I could just wear like vanity glasses.
Oh.
Because I be seeing some frames in the store. I'm like, yeah, I wish I could pull that. Like
Well,
I
you
probably
can
could
get
pull
them
that off, but I don't want to.
prescription.
Well, I don't want to. No, I'm not paying like $800 for custom prescription
It's not
glasses.
$800, right?
You don't know how bad my eyes are. My prescriptions alone without the frames usually always cost like $300 or more, and
Oh
then you
my
figure your
God.
frames are another $150 to $300.
Yeah.
But they're bad. My eyes are bad. But I be going to the store and I see sunglasses like that, and I'd be like, ooh, I wish I would just be comfortable enough to sacrifice my vision to look good, but I don't because I like being able to see.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was like $85 million for these or something like that. It's a custom pair. Only one in the world. Something.
I feel like you picked them right off the rack at Rite Aid.
Nah, you can't even get them in person, man.
That's insane. Wow, fake it until you make it. That's great.
Yeah, man.
Is there anybody want to talk about their week? Like how their week
Weekly
was?
update.
Shamar goes first. And before Shamar starts talking.
We're not gonna cut him off.
No,
Okay.
fuck that. I do what I want. I'm grown. I pay taxes. Okay? So he don't want to talk. He is the resident plant. He like it like that. We just said, Shamar, you gonna
That's
talk
not
more?
true. I feel like
He
Shamar-
literally
Shamar's
said.
waiting for a
He
topic.
literally
That's what I
said.
think. Yeah.
I think
Nah.
Shamar's waiting for a topic so
We
he
were
just
no.
unleash all his anguish on.
Literally, our mom's about to press play, and Shamar, and he goes, "Man, Shamar, you gonna talk more?" And he goes, "No." So we gonna start with him, but
It's either
literally,
no or, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, I'm gonna tell you how Shamar week was, and then I'm gonna let him tell you in his voice. I'm just chilling, man. Got a lot of work, and there's a whole lot of hours. The stocks are lovely. And,
No, they're not actually.
And I just really been, I like the beats that I made this week. Take it away.
Yeah, I really don't gotta say nothing, really, to be honest.
So whoever the fuck said that in the WWE voice, suck it.
not the
Vic?
WWE voice. Yo, why do you got your social tattooed on your shirt right now? Your last four tattooed on your shirt.
It's not my last four.
How would anybody?
That's my
Oh
gang
my
code.
god, that
Hey,
stressed me out so
in the military,
bad.
they make you write your last four on almost every piece of equipment you have.
They don't do that no more.
So whenever I see 4 digits, I don't care what it is. I'm not thinking bank pin or anything. I'm automatically assuming that that's your last four, and you just got to
Wow.
stick it on it. That's
Insane.
how I am.
Wow.
It could be 1998, and I know it's a year and probably a significant year, but I'm gonna think that that's your last four, your social, because
That's okay.
It's gang paraphernalia.
Got it. Go ahead, Vic. How was your week? Lord Jesus.
Yeah,
68.
Hey,
The 80s,
it's my turn.
I don't think tie-dye and gang paraphernalia go together.
That's not even tie-dye. He just got the bleach fucked up one day.
Niggas thought this was bleach, bro. This used to be red and I had to try to bleach out the blood.
God.
Bro.
It's definitely bleach.
Yeah. Wasn't a drive-by, but yeah. So my week was the same as Shamar's, honestly. I was just dead tired from work. Just pulling back-to-back doubles. Just bullshit. That's all.
They're fucking heroes.
I'm not here. That's what old white people keep calling me.
First of all,
because we're doing a vaccine.
that is
at our
not
job.
a problematic statement
So,
if I've
I was
ever
like,
heard one. Oh my
elderly paste. Oh, that's even worse.
No,
Wow.
elderly's correct. You can use
No, I was gonna
elderly.
say pasty people. But
Oh.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's pretty
Jesus.
bad.
Yeah.
Elderly women of non-color. They would, you know, they keep
non-color?
calling me like a hero, or they're like, oh, thank you so much for your service. Thank you for what you're doing. You're doing something really important. I'm like, I'm just signing your papers, bro. Tell the pharmacist that, bro. Like, it's not that deep.
Oh my God, I okay.
I might mess around and pull me some grandmas, you know. Yeah, we and Shamar was sitting there today. We was kind of peeping these older ladies. They got a little. And he said it's because they wearing diapers. I didn't believe it.
Oh my
I refuse to
God!
believe
You
that.
think it can't get any more problematic? And Vic is like, challenge accepted.
I don't know. All I'm saying is that these white women, like 40 and up here, kind of fire. I'm not gonna
Well,
cap.
40's not old. That's not really old. I'm thinking like 65. Like that's old. I'm sorry. I'm in the hospital all day.
Wow.
Listen.
It's like two different mindsets.
Yeah,
bro.
because 45, I'm like, yo, we about to hit like happy hour or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ew. But okay.
Maybe because I'm 20.
It's
like,
not even
that's
because
like crazy to me.
it's not even because they're old. I don't even. Okay. All right.
What?
45 is not old.
I'm not-
Let's
45
stop
is
right there.
phenomenal. That's what
45
what's
is
it
not
called?
old. I feel like that's
Menopause?
almost
When they can't have
perfect.
kids anymore?
Menopause.
No, that's actually a lot
Jesus
older. Some people do
Christ.
go to menopause young.
It
but-
depends. You guys, that's why you gotta, as men with penis and testicles, stay out of women's reproductive systems. It depends on when you actually
Are
start
you
your
telling me
menstrual
to
cycle.
not get hoes? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's insane to me.
Wow. Cancel them all. I am.
right,
I am.
fine.
Okay with
I support
guys
you getting
canceling
hoes.
Thank you, bro.
I see
My
that large,
week was-
that large pack on your dresser.
Whoa!
We ain't gonna talk about it right now, but I seen it.
I rang them up. Rang them up.
I ain't never seen a value pack of that shit. Listen,
Neither did
all
I.
the years-
Wait,
yeah,
what?
no,
What?
you stay confused. You stay in your place.
Wait,
It's men's
wait,
business right now.
No,
Oh, I smelled it
I ain't never seen an extra value
I
pack.
was looking for a regular, and then I saw that, and I was like, shit, I'll be dumb not to get. And they don't expire until 2025. I got time to use all 35.
Well, why do you have a pack of 65 of them?
It says, I thought they're, oh, shh.
No, I don't know if it's 65, but
It's
it
like-
looked
no,
like
no.
I just know
First
that,
of all,
that when I used to
this
get them,
is
they used to be
why-
a little pack of 3. That's just a whole box. I was
Hey,
like,
bro.
God
You got stocked up
damn.
when you play
I'm
this.
just-
You dig what I'm saying?
God
You dig?
damn.
Birthday coming up.
I ain't never
I
seen
think
a
what
box
happened
this
is
much.
he was trying to impress one of the younger coworkers, and I put up to the register. He's like, damn, you still pay for it?
Oh my God!
I think I'm
hate
gonna spend damn near
I-
$40.
I hate it
That
here.
shit looked like it looked
That shit
cost
was
like $50.
It was like 39 something,
I hate
bro.
it here.
I ain't never.
I
Well,
don't
hey, I tell you what, I
subscribe.
commend you, man. At least you wrapping
Hey,
up.
bro, the birthday coming up, man.
Oh
For
my
21.
God.
Yeah, I
I
hear
can
you.
finally accept invites to bars and shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm about to.
You know, downtown was popping today too. Me and Sean were
Man.
driving around. I was
So-
distracted by
The
all the
hoes
people
were-
out there.
Hey.
Yo, I gotta come back down here a lot. She said there's a restaurant with a rooftop on it.
There's a whole
Dude,
bunch of shit, bro.
we need to go
The
there.
city popping, bro.
It's a Mexican restaurant with a rooftop.
Say
It's
less.
a lot
Well,
of fun.
So that's fine. So then I'll go by my damn self.
No, you gonna go with me?
Oh, cool.
Nigga, we sliding.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. He can drink now.
Go ahead, Shauna. How was your week?
Super boring. I went to the doctor
She
twice.
is fronting super boring. She is fronting.
What do you mean?
I'm
What am I
I'm
fronting?
gonna tell you a week and you can finish it. So Shauna went ahead and went from anywhere from, well, first off, she joined TikTok about 3 weeks ago, and within those 3 weeks, this week alone, she's already at 300,000 followers on TikTok.
What? You just had 100,000 2
300,000.
days ago.
I think
Dude.
What?
Nope, dude. You know what? I might not even be doing her justice right now because I'm pretty sure she might be even higher at this point. So she's currently at 324,000 followers on TikTok with 4.3 million likes. And she's also, slowly growing on YouTube too. So for her to say that it's a boring week, she lying, she fronting, she holding, capping.
I don't subscribe to that. Okay, so it was boring because of what I had to do, right? So this week, I don't really categorize the week as that. As far as I I consider the growth great, and like I'm so happy and everything. But I guess the bad part of the week didn't really outshine. It didn't outshine. It's not the right way to say it.
I think it's good that you don't let the social media kind of affect you like that.
No. I don't want it. I don't want it to. I think it's very cool that people want to hear what I have to say. That blows my mind. That's insane. But the shit that I think about is my military contract running out, and what am I gonna do about that? Because it could be a very real possibility that I might be able to continue, but I might not want to do that. And then trying to think of who I am outside of that reality, helping soldiers deal with things that they really shouldn't have to deal with. That's annoying. So, that kind of put a lot of things into perspective, and just, I felt like, damn, I wish the organization was a little further ahead than it actually is. And then I had like 2 doctor's appointments, addressing my mental health, which is so much better, by the way. Yay me.
Congrats.
The work is being done, so yay for that. But then I'll be going to work Monday, which I'm not really too upset about. Like, it don't even make me feel away. But trying to, I don't know, that whole bringing work back into the equation makes me feel away. Feel away in the sense of not like nervous or anything, but I don't know. We shall see. I'll probably have a better update next week about how I feel about that. But to me, the week was boring because of that. I had to do a lot of medical stuff. Got a coronavirus shot. That was very exciting. Currently dying of pain.
Although she had to cancel it for her live. But anyway.
This is true. I did. I
Oh,
canceled it for my life.
No, that's not the entire. That's not the entire truth. What happened?
Wait, I thought you got it though.
She did get
I
it, but
did.
like the first time she canceled, it wasn't because of live.
It
wasn't because of me?
It was both.
Okay.
But I just said it was because of my life, because I take accountability for my actions. You know what I'm saying? Take that.
She be capping. She caps a lot, people. Like, I don't know if you guys realize that she be capping all day.
Why
every
are you
day.
such a hater?
I don't, because I don't hate, but I do call shit as I see it, and you be capping.
About what exactly?
Is that like just like
you
a,
either
like a,
underplay it
like
or
a
you
biological
overplay it.
thing?
Like, one or the
What
other.
do you mean?
Because you're like, oh, my week
really.
was okay. Like, you've had a very exciting week. Like, you went from being just a regular schmegular person to actually gaining a following and people actually wanting to hear what you say. That would be, I would say a lot of people, dream of that kind of stuff, and you're experiencing it, and the best you can come up with, I had an okay week. It's like, no, let's put a little umption in it, but then let it be something, let it be something like minuscule, and you be like, it's the best thing ever. I had chocolate cake.
But
You're
it's
like, what?
my perspective.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
like
It's like
I guess.
It's my perspective. I never said that there was anything wrong with what happened, and I never said that I wasn't
didn't say that.
very
I
excited.
just feel like I would have been.
But it's 300,000 people that if I allowed
a
it,
little more.
I could be out here like Derek Jackson. If I separate myself and say, oh, I'm no longer regular degler schmegler, I'm out here, in my opinion, and intellectual property is like, and my intellectual property means something, nana boo boo. It's not. I know that's not what you're saying. That's not what you're implying.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that the only difference now is that I have 300,000 people looking at me. I would still be on YouTube minding other people's business.
Mm-hmm.
I would still be watching the news at an unreasonable rate. I would, you know what I'm saying? I would still be doing the things that I had done. So let's put it into perspective and what happened this week that was real in my life.
Got it.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I fucks with TikTok. Oh, I like it. I was live today. It was so fun. There was this guy called Red Disney. I don't know who he is, but like he gave me a lot of money. That was great. He like just kept like donating, like sending me money. I was just like, are we?
I just know
friends?
that once it starts.
I don't even know if it's a guy.
No, but still, once it
Starts.
starts.
I got a husband.
Yeah, keep that on the routes, right? You're gonna lose a few people.
I just know that once it starts getting to 1,000, we need to get our tax situation right, because I'm not paying because of
You're
you.
paying taxes.
We always
Yeah,
pay
of
taxes.
course.
Influencers don't pay taxes.
They
Influencers
absolutely do.
pay taxes.
They
Don't
absolutely
let people fool you.
Yeah.
You know,
Better
and
get that
the
tax
influencers that are not paying, the
Yeah,
influencers that are not
fraud.
paying taxes aren't making as much money as you think you are.
We gonna do some tax
So
fraud.
just remember,
That's
if you
so
make over
funny.
$12,000, folks, you have to pay some taxes.
Y'all don't have to do anything.
Okay.
Commit that tax fraud. IRS not that scary.
Well, my weekly update is that Apparently, I have a heel spur, which is why my ankle's been all jacked up for the last 3-4 weeks.
Is that genetic?
No, it's not genetic. It's just it's first off, the paperwork that I got goes, we don't really know what's caused by heel spur, what causes heel spurs, but we think it's because XYZ. And the second one, the first one was old age. I was like, all right, well, I'm not old. And then the second one was, you might be severely overweight. I'm like, oh, ooh, that one hit.
Damn, they said you
So,
fancy your feet.
yo. So I was like, all right, but I would have to say today made up a lot of this past week for me because,
Alone in the room.
A Saturday, really?
yeah, like today just made up this for the entire week.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
so
going
much
outside,
stuff.
seeing the sun for once, not a gray cloud, not a sky, not a grayness in sight.
It was so nice out.
So much that I almost, not only did I cop a Switch today, but, yeah, it's coming.
What?
It'll be here in a couple days. But then I almost caught the, you knew that, you were sitting right next to me.
Okay, so why did you cop another?
Yeah, because I'm
Exactly.
Pokemon.
Maybe I just want to play with
Hey,
you,
I'm
bro.
low-key copping one. Bro. The way this nigga was playing Pokemon, I think I need my
I think I need my
No, let's be honest, right? I like playing, like, believe it or not, I know this might be sound, but I actually like being involved with you guys. But I always feel like you, like Sharon tells me all the time, yo, you're overbearing, blah blah
He's
blah.
so
I was like, yo, but we
overbearing.
all
He's
playing
so,
games now.
like,
Like, yo, we could really run a dungeon.
I think,
Yeah, boy, listen, you sitting there playing all day. You can run a den. We could run a den.
I think that Shauna don't want to see the farm.
I think Texas Pokemon didn't do a den yet. You hear him? He never done a den yet.
What's a den?
I hate it here.
I'd be offline.
You could be offline and still do dens. Don't act like that. You be catching the
the story DLC, both DLC. That ain't going crazy on the game, bro.
Either way, I be looking at it. I'm like, damn, bro. I just want to play with you. You know what I'm saying? I just want to play something with somebody. I'm sick of going online and playing with nobodies.
Man, I wish I could go online. Period. Well, now I can apparently.
Yeah, you can.
Hey, when we get the
So
stats
no more
and sets,
Comcast.
bro.
No more Comcast slander.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stop slandering.
No,
Comcast.
it's so funny because like I felt so bad because people were like, I'm learning responsibility on social media these days because I want to just say what the hell I have to say and usually ain't nobody listening to me, right? Because I'm talking nonsense into the void. But now I'm going live, and even if you look at my last live, it was like 8,000 something people in there, and I'm like, Comcast can kiss my ass. I know my rights. And it's like, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry for the Comcast slander, guys. Everything is okay. They were like, where we need to go. And then I was like, and I went to the store, and they didn't even, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they weren't even that helpful. They didn't even have their number listed online.
Inside the store. I went to the store.
They were like, where's the store located? We'll go to the store.
She's the over exaggerates.
No, but that's what I was saying. Oh my God. First of all, this literally will be my last podcast if you don't hear me out on my goddamn story about my responsibility.
Okay.
But yeah, you getting on my nerves right now.
I don't care.
So with that being said, I was on the live and I was just like, just saying whatever the hell I wanted to say, but then realizing like, oh shit, like people are watching, especially when I was just like, and I'll go down there, and they were like, well, where? Tell me where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Gang shit. And I was like, no, absolutely not. That sounds very dangerous. They're like, nah, we don't play about you. No, because I was just like, and that's why y'all don't got no videos 2 days in a row. They're like, where at? And I was like, I'm in Pennsylvania. This girl's like, I'm in Pennsylvania too, bitch. I'll run down on them niggas. I'm like, whoa. No, I'm so sorry.
What is it? 93% of your female, your audience is female too?
No. It's like less than that. It's like 89. I just looked at it like 89%, but it's still large.
Still, yeah.
Still a large percentage. They're like, I will run down on them niggas. Like, I'm like, no.
You know, Comcast was playing with us, but only just to find out that it wasn't actually anything that we were doing. Like, look, think about it. You paying close to $300 a month every month for cable and internet,
Period.
and internet don't want to work.
So what
even
was
though
wrong?
everything was,
What was wrong?
The actual outside connection to the inside connection was loose as hell.
It was loose as hell, and plus he had to.
And I closed it.
It fell off, but also he changed out wiring to quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
Which was nice
So
of him. I
the technician
appreciated
came
that.
in and did what he had to do, and I appreciate that because now we got
And
got over 300 megabytes per second. And when things are perfect, it can be up to 1,200 megabytes.
And to be honest, I told him, it was funny because I was on live while he was here, and I was like, yo, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not going to do Comcast 30 no more online because I need to be responsible. And he was just like, yeah, can you not? Because I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, like people, they were like, I will run down on him. I'm like, no, I was just, guys, I was only kidding. I was only kidding. I called and I spoke with the manager. They're gonna credit me for my time. Everyone relax.
Or did they really?
They're processing it now.
Yeah.
So they'll probably give us like most of our money back. But I was just like so fired up talking about it on live two times because it was true. I wasn't lying. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Everything was like super slow and like I couldn't get the videos on YouTube and then the videos, 2 of my videos were flagged on TikTok, so it was incomplete series, and so I had to put those on YouTube almost immediately, and there was like no internet. So I slandered them online.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Yeah.
So that's our weekly update. Let's get into bait news.
Okay. First thing that I have to look at it again, but I really wanted to. I don't think you guys are gonna bite on this anyway, but we'll see. We shall see.
I mean, I think the most common thing that happened was
okay, so Kim Kardashian is starting to come out about the things that happened between her and Kanye's marriage and kind of like giving like a little behind the scenes as to why they're getting a divorce.
My dog, Kanye.
Do you guys give a fuck?
I do. It's my dog Kanye.
Okay.
Not with that red hat.
not with that red hat.
We're not going to disregard him because of his political affiliation.
No, that's exactly why.
Exactly.
I think that she was using his run for presidency and how unorganized it was, and it was during like a point where he wasn't really mentally sound, and also, you know, her having a hard time dealing with his mental illness. That's kind of how she framed it. But yeah, she started talking about it.
So she's saying that it wasn't like him specifically, just the way things were?
No, I feel like that's a bad way to put it because his mental struggles are so public that I feel like she can't come from the victim angle. That's just how I feel. That's just me speculating. I think it would be very unwise of her to come from like, oh, well, he's an asshole and he treated me bad. Duh, he has bipolar. So if somebody can explain it away, that's one thing. But it's a whole other thing to just be like, I just can't be around him because he's bipolar, and I have to choose my children because he's not safe all the time. Bingo. You win. Ding, 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 you win. So that's just my speculation on it.
Keep in mind, this is all at a time where Kanye has been, this speculation and talks about how he's the richest black man in America.
Jeez, yeah.
Currently,
It's official now.
that he's,
It's official.
That he's worth 3.6 or was it 6.3
No,
billion?
3.8 billion?
Yeah,
I don't even know. It's
ridiculous
a
amount of money.
ridiculous amount of money.
So
Congrats to him.
It's very convenient that and everything that's happened to Kanye, from him screaming years ago that he was so many hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, to now him overcoming and being such a guru, or not a guru, a Mongol in his mogul in his fashion thing. Still makes millions off of music, and re-evolutionize, or I think Kanye's really just responsible for how the sneaker game is. Like, if I'm honest, like yes, sneakerheads have always been a thing, and yes, people have always been kind of reselling sneakers, but I think that elevated once Kanye started kicking out his Yeezys. I personally, because I personally believe Kanye forced brands to really look at some of the older sneakers and be like, all right, we got to do something to upsell Kanye, right? Because remember that he was beefing with Nike. He was with Reebok at the time.
He jumped over a jump, man.
Yeah, he was beefing with Nike. He was beefing with Adidas. And he was with Reebok at the time, and then he was beefing with them, and everyone was like, "Oh, he shouldn't be beefing with those companies." And now look, now his shoes are the flyest things out there. Nike, he's with Nike.
Well,
now.
he's just in the highest price point, and I feel like it's worth. Like I feel like he did that.
I think he forced these companies to revolutionize how they make their money, and I really do think that when it comes to the resale game of sneakers, that these corporations like Nike and Adidas and all the other ones, they're profiting off of that. Just like how some of the sneakerheads. I think the sneakerheads are still a small guy in this, but it's still the companies, the corporations that are still profiting on it. And I think a lot of that is a direct response to how Yeezy messed up that industry.
I disagree on that, and I only disagree on that because none of us at this table are sneakerheads.
No.
Like, And
But
I
do
feel
follow
like
that scene now.
no. I get what you're saying, but I feel like to kind of know the nuances, I feel like in order to like make a real good like, okay, hey, this is what it is, because
he's right.
Huh?
He's right.
You think I'm wrong, right?
I know he's right. Yeah.
As far like, you think Kanye fucked it up though?
Oh yeah,
know.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
back, so before what companies were doing is what they would do is they would retro shoes, right? Retroing is basically just taking an old colorway that came out in like the 90s or early 2000s,
right,
and just re-releasing it. But they would change things like, you know, sometimes they'll make certain parts suede or leather.
Okay.
They would change them somehow so that the OG is always different and worth more. And,
Okay.
But what Kanye did, I mean, he basically just did what none of the other companies could do and put like a celebrity force behind that. Like,
right.
Niggas was copying Yeezy. Like, let's be real. Everybody and their mama was making fun of Kanye's clothing line and Yeezys and saying shit was ugly. And
Yeah.
shit with holes in it.
Yeah.
And yet that shit was still the hottest thing. Period.
It was literally, and it still is. Those shoes are so, I think they're iconic because you could look at anything, and even the way that they, like, I have, what is it, like, I think it's like Ralph Lauren shoes that are cloth made, or is that fabric material like Yeezys. So I feel like people are biting him like
They
that.
are definitely,
and then
your shoes
also
are definitely inspired by
you
Yeezys,
can
yeah.
see, you can also see, like, when you see Yeezys, you know they're Yeezys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
That
something that's
silhouette,
so well known. Exactly, the silhouette, everything about the shoe.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a sneakerhead, have nothing to do with that industry, you know. And that is literally a corporation's dream. They can't even buy that type of marketing and exposure.
Well, you
And
know,
then the colorways he dropped were crazy for them too. He didn't just drop like a black, you know, white. He dropped like the cream. He dropped the green one.
Yeah.
the red Octobers or whatever.
Yeah, the red October. Like just all his shoes. Like it's just like the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
So I do think that Kanye is, you know, he has revolutionized just fashion in general, but specifically the sneaker game. I think he fucked it up, you know, not in a bad way, but he fucked it up as in like he came in and made companies and corporations really think about what they have to do different in order to be successful. You know, and like I said, now he's in a point now to where all the shit that he used to spew at online or just go on rants about. Now, you know, we're seeing the results of the seed that he sowed way back when. Now it's come to fruition, and now all of a sudden it's all right back to divorce this, divorce that, and we all know what happens in divorce. So, I, you know, and not to say that Kim is just like trying to get money off it, because Kim is
no.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's very close to being $1 billion herself.
I know that
But-
shit, but wait.
I'm not insinuating that she's trying to steal something from Kanye.
No,
not at all.
but I disagree though, because I feel like the same way that I could say, yeah, sweetie cute, Kim is cute too. Is Kim filthy rich? Absolutely. But let's not say that her getting with Kanye did not increase her star power. We're not going to say that he didn't directly contribute to her fame.
I think with maybe the rap community, the black community, the culture, it may have increased her standards. But Kim was always making.
She was always
you know,
we're not going
that teeny bop reality TV. Money.
Absolutely, and that can really that converts into real bucks, like dollars and cents.
And
but at the
think,
same
if anything,
time,
her getting with Kanye took his fans and his population and made them really look at the reality TV scene.
I mean, I get that, but I don't want to ever. I don't even particularly know if I'm a fan of Kanye. I'm a real big fan of his music. I don't know about his clothes or his footwear, but really big fan of his music. I like his shit is hot. Like that's just how I feel. But at the same time, I'm never going to act like Kim Kardashian is very much a social climber. That doesn't make her bad. I'm not labeling her this in a negative in a negative condensation. I don't even have anything behind it. We're just trying to label facts. Kim wasn't just gonna get with a whomever, wherever, whomever. No. Kim got with Kanye because he could increase her star power. He gave her street cred. So we're not going to act like a alternate reality without Kanye would have been Kim's, approaching $1 billion.
I think that's a huge jump.
What do you mean? In what way?
I mean, it did increase her star power or whatever, but I don't think that's the sole reason they got to
No. I don't think it's the sole reason either. I think that Kanye has really cared for Kim personally for quite some time, but we ain't gonna act like it didn't make sense.
Yeah, they definitely benefited off each other.
Yeah, we're not gonna act like it didn't make sense.
But I don't know. I hope everything.
I feel like it looks
them.
bad. I feel like it looks bad for Kanye, and I feel like I understand how Kim is trying to frame it. I don't particularly like it, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have
I wish Kanye specifically a lot more success, because even some of the shit that I hate about him, and like you guys like me, I listen. I used to stand for Kanye. I stand for Kanye for the longest time, but there's a lot of principle shit to me that I can't put myself behind.
Really?
Kanye. Jesus fucking Christ.
I feel like Kanye's ability to latch onto certain historical figures without actually, just for the simple fact that they were somebody, like they had some kind of status. Yeah, without. I always feel like it comes from a place where he has no context about anything.
He warps a lot of.
And it is like it goes beyond, like if you ever listen to him on Joe Rogan podcast, the most recent podcast he did. You haven't listened to it?
I don't know, you're not going to catch me listening to Joe Rogan.
So you should, because if you're a fan of Kanye, you should listen to it, and you would know what I mean. He misinterprets a lot of the historical accuracies or inaccuracies in his case, and makes it seem like there were, makes it seem like there's a grandiose, attachment or this thing, this it factor that these guys have.
I can frame it in a way that Victor understands.
Sure, go ahead.
So do you remember when you said there is no such thing as conspiracies and there's no like man behind the thing? Humans just need to hang on to that to feel like to feel like human or whatnot. It has to be something else's fault. That's how Kanye is. Mm-hmm. He will, like, there's this big conspiracy and something so much big, like he conflates a situation so much, and he does that often with the smallest of details. Mm-hmm. And you would be like, nah, bro, like what? Yeah, that's not a thing.
Yeah, that's and like on that podcast with Joe, he was doing like he was saying a lot of like utopian shit that sounds really great, that sounds phenomenal. When you look at certain elements of it, but then when you look at it all, like everything he was saying as a whole, none of it made sense. It like logistically, it sounded like a nightmare. It really required this very sheep-like mentality that everyone had to follow in order for that kind of principle he was trying to get to work.
For it to work.
And of course, right behind it, he's in this whole gospel phase right now, or this religious phase, and he sounded very fanatic, in my opinion, behind it. And and I don't stop anyone, or I don't wish anyone to stop believing in whatever makes you continue on in this world, go for it, whether it's religion or whatever the case may be. But the way he was talking, it sounded very program-like. Yeah. And his thing was, well, if everyone thought the way I think, this utopia could happen tomorrow. And it's just like
lies.
Oh, you just want someone to follow. You just want people to blindly blindly follow you without question. And for me, that's always a dangerous mentality.
I mean, that is what a utopia is, right?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Well, no, actually, yeah, utopia is just that.
Utopia is not anything in particular. It is a world with no conflict.
Yeah, but the conflict.
But in order for that to happen, there is a suffering. There is a it sticks to a very strict, structure. I mean, think about it. Think about you being born in a society to where you had dreams to do something else, but people are saying, hey, in order for us to work right, you have to be this one thing and only this one thing for the rest of your life. As humans, that should send, like danger stranger vibes through your body. You know what I'm saying? Like we're meant to have free will and think and dream and aspirations and things like that. Utopian societies take that away. Mm-hmm. Their entire thing is, in order for this to remain peaceful and without conflict,
there's one goal. There's no individualism.
Yeah, you have to follow what's happening. Mm-hmm. So I mean, and that's the extremism of utopian societies. I think the most recent example that I can think of from like a movie perspective is the one that Michael B. Jordan, Fahrenheit 451, I think. That was a very utopian future where, yes, there was some violence, whatever the case may be, but essentially they got rid of anything, all art, all books. They felt books was what led people to free thought, and in order for society to continue to be peaceful, they had to get rid of the books. So they invented a company that went around destroying anyone that actually read or anything. So no one knew how to read, no one knew how to read, no one knew what art was. They didn't know what music was because that required reading. It was a very, the movie itself was good, was okay, but the concept behind it was, for me, very alarming, because I do see a lot of similarities within that movie in today's cancel culture per se.
Well, that was
Specifically,
specifically. We
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, this is not a bait news, but this is just a hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Sharon Osbourne is no longer with the Talk.
You didn't
Is
watch
it the
that
Talk?
anyway. Who cares?
No, I didn't. I know I didn't watch it, but after she disrespected her co-host like that, yeah, that kind of threw me off. I'm very forgiving, but bitch, go to hell. I mean, allegedly. And then the one thing that I want to talk about, Lil Nas X, twerking on Satan.
Go.
Shamar first.
The thing is, I didn't even see it, but this man insisted I play it. I didn't even know it was in the video. He was like, no, he's naked. I was like, okay. And then,
Is he?
No, he's not naked.
Okay.
So
That's
apparently,
too much for you to see, Shamar.
well, I didn't even know what to see because I didn't watch it.
It's basically so it's the scene that's so controversial is it's a scene of him. He's like a stripper and he's on this pole that's in heaven, and then he slides down the pole.
Pussy pop straight to
and
hell.
Mind you, I didn't go snapping.
Pussy
He was going
pop
crazy on that pole.
straight to
He
hell.
went all the way down from heaven to hell, and then he was giving Satan a lap dance. That was it. But you know he's a guy, so everyone was like, "Oh,
No,
the
it was
children."
no, it wasn't even.
He's
It,
pushing a gay agenda. All that shit.
I mean, I don't really necessarily. I mean, that's a facet to it. That's a fraction of, I guess, the uproar. I think it's just the religious implications. Everybody's just so like frozen up
That's
from that
what
whole
they do. They
situation.
attach it to because he's gay.
No, I don't think it's. I think yeah, definitely he gay, and that was his perspective. He was like, "Yo, you tell me to go to hell, or I'm going to hell all the time because of my sexuality, and when I actually go to hell, you're mad that I'm in hell because you said that that's bad imagery, but you have been, you've been toting this agenda towards me because of my sexuality all this time. I'm just having life imitate art, which I get it. I get where you're going.
Yeah. I do have a question. When people use that analogy, you first you told me to go to hell, and now that I'm doing it, you got mad about that. Those two group of people aren't the same group of people. The people that are upset about you visualizing hell or putting imagery behind the hell aren't the same people that were telling you to go to hell. That some of them might intertwine, but fundamentally those two groups are differently.
Like a Venn diagram. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
But I do think that, okay, and then Lil Nas X was just like, you know what? I don't think these bitches pulled out all their coochie hairs yet. I feel like all their coochie hairs could probably still be intact. Releasing 666 sneakers, bitch, with human blood. And a very suggestive Bible verse. Quote. What?
Okay, so for people who are not in the culture, this is nothing new. It's just because it's an artist of Lil Nas's caliber doing it. If you looked at Cardi's drop, his merch drop with his album, had a lot of religious imagery in it. Uzi does the same thing. In fact, there's a big controversy with Uzi because he was saying at one of his concerts, somebody was saying like, if you listen to him, you're gonna go to hell. He was like, well, you're at my concert, so you must be in hell already. People went crazy over that. This is something that all of these artists, Trippie Redd, all of these artists do this now.
Yeah, they play on that type of situation.
An artist of Lil Nas's caliber is doing it now, so now it's a big deal.
Yeah, I just feel like it's on brand, and it's frustrating because I feel like we can have the conversation about the whole video and then merch release behind the song, but I also feel as if, right, this is just me, we're gonna take out the religious aspect out of it and the fact that people are really outraged at what he did and the visuals of it all, and say that I don't think that it should be connected to the merch release. Hear me out. These artists do both these days. You release music and then you release merch. It's your way of trying to that's their way of bridging the gap between how there used to be CDs and record sales and now there's only streams, right? So you can get, the record label gets paid off of the marketing and shit like that, and then like the artist can make money off of the merchandise. Cool, right? So if he has a video about popping his pussy on Satan, why can't he then have merch that closely follows the visuals in his video? Doesn't it make sense? Why are you judging the sneakers separately and trying to make that a whole new issue? Cardi B and them came out with the same color scheme and everything when they released WAP as a record. Everybody's merchandise directly matches their like release of their music. He popped his bussy on Satan. What did you think he was going to release for his merchandise?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think it's two, because they're making it two separate issues, because there's the video that everybody's super pissed about, but then they said he took it too far with this sneaker release. What do you think?
I think one thing I see a lot of people saying is people complaining, well, what about the children? And
No, fuck them kids. He's not their parent.
That's not
how any of that
That's
works.
such a dumb argument. I hate the fact that there's so much of that. Like, if you just go in the store, you'll see so many people talking about children and shit, and it's like, bro, this is not children's content to consume. Like, it's not his responsibility to make
To raise your child.
What does Uncle Monty always say?
kid-friendly.
It's the parents.
Yeah, so that's bullshit. When it comes to just the fact that he did use religious imagery, like I said, that's something that's just very normal in the game now, and that's just something a lot of artists are doing. Not only because of the wow factor it does and the shock value, because a lot of these artists are moving further from religion, because a lot of them are heavily influenced by that punk rejection. You know, by punk music in general, by punk culture or subculture, and part of punk subculture is being a social reject. And you know, in the social climate we live in, religion is so heavily intertwined with it. So if you're going to be a social reject, you're going to reject religion too.
Exactly, because I mean, humans are like, oh, well, we don't understand why he would consider this to be, you know, taboo. There are unwritten rules in humanity. Not because nobody said that, hey, women are supposed to be less promiscuous, men are supposed to be the earners, women are supposed to take care of the kids, people are supposed to be religious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Love God and country. All of this stuff is unwritten within the human, like, experience. However, to reject that would be the opposite of that. You know, it is to believe in something bigger than yourself, and them saying, artists being like, these days being like, nah, fuck that. It's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here working, tired, making this shit happen. I'm carrying my family on my back, and you want me to subscribe to something that you don't even know if it's really real, because like it was the same shit used in slavery. They like, I don't really even understand how none of that shit work. So until y'all motherfuckers work that out, I'm gonna completely reject it.
I mean, it's not even part of the human experience, because when the Spanish came over and they saw that there were people here who either worship multiple gods or no gods at all, or made sacrifices and stuff like that, they called them savages. So I wouldn't say it's part of the human experience. I just think it's what we're indoctrinated to.
Okay, but the core question still remains, and I think it has to go to everybody around the table. Media, social media, is saying that his video was absolutely just out of this world, super taboo. He shouldn't have done it, but then he crossed the fucking line with the sneakers. Do you think that it's on trend? It is what he released his video about, so therefore it would make sense that his merch would have that theme? Or do you think that everybody has the right to completely separate the two and kind of cancel his ass twice?
I don't know. I haven't watched the video. I don't plan on watching the video. He doesn't make music for me. Country's not for me, and because I only know him for his country shit,
okay,
I'm never gonna watch his videos. I can't do it. So
That is so close-minded.
Oh my god. Our mom can be very close-minded.
I never said I wasn't.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's true.
That country is not for me. I've never been into country. I've tried. I didn't like it.
I'm a love country.
It makes so bad. I think that one song, I know it all, but like Panini wasn't for me. And you know, and after Panini, I just said I'm just never gonna listen to anything from him, and I haven't since. So I don't plan on watching the video. I don't know what the merchandise look like.
Sneakers.
I just know that I personally wouldn't wear anything that has a religious symbol on it, outside of because I have in the past, but I wouldn't buy something that has the old like a religious undertone to it.
Okay.
Whether it be hell or heaven or whatever the case may be, this is not for me. So
is that okay? So do you think people should cancel him twice? Do you think that he did two? Okay. What about you, Shamar? I'll go to Victor last.
Well, me personally, I mean, ever since his last year or year and a half, that's just who he is. this is just a bigger extent to what he's doing.
Right.
I personally don't care. I mean, I follow him on Twitter. He's quite funny, actually.
Nigga hilarious.
I don't follow him on TikTok, but he stay on my For You page, and I like a lot of what he posts. He sent me through the roof when he was reading about the fact that he was like in the Illuminati or something.
That shit was so with the rings.
And he was like, and he was like, you know, his legs were swinging in the back. It took me all the way the fuck out. I actually snorted. I thought it was hilarious.
That man is funny. He's like a regular, like, I know it sounds dumb, but he's like a regular nigga. Like, it's like he didn't, like, a lot of these artists, they turn Hollywood and then they either treat social media as like just a
place to advertise their situations.
Just an advertising place, or they just be like Kendrick Lamar and just don't use it. So it's really cool to see him still just be like a regular nigga with a lot of money.
Exactly. So do you think he did two wrong things, or do you think that his merchandise and his single release is the same thing, and he
just
shouldn't
coincided with each other?
So you think it coincided, and she shouldn't be quote unquote canceled twice? What do you think? Is it two separate things?
I just showed a sneaker. Besides that star symbol, they don't look bad.
They
look
don't,
nice,
right?
But I'm not paying $1,018 for shoes, so
There's no way he's charging 1,000.
Yeah, he is definitely.
There's only 666 pairs, and they're being sold for $10.18 each. What's the symbolization behind?
There's probably definitely some type of symbolicness behind it all. I have no idea. I'm nosy enough to look it up though, so IDK. What do you think?
You know,
he did two wrong things or one wrong thing?
Nice.
I don't think he did any wrong thing.
Got it.
And I don't think he's gonna get canceled either.
No, I don't think so either. I
think there'll be outrage and then
it'll simmer down. As far as I go, I subscribe to the ministry of keeping the same fucking energy. And if Cardi B and Megan can release their ass and tongues, and like on brand, and if Megan can send out newspapers, and if Beyonce can just like, if everybody can stay on trend and release merchandise that coincide with their campaign, music, singles, albums, he should be able to do the same thing. So if you think he did something wrong, he only did one wrong thing, and it's as a whole, and we shouldn't be separating the two. That's my opinion.
Okay, so 10:18 is symbolism, right? So he put Luke 10:18, which is a Bible verse, and
it's when like the
religious people are mad about this shoe. They are angry.
Yeah, I think I know that one. It's when an angel fell from heaven down to hell.
Oh, it makes sense because he went from the pole in heaven to the heaven.
That's crazy. Shamar's like, I find that hilarious.
As I continue to expose myself to more religious people, the more I dislike them. So I'm perfectly fine with this.
Yeah. I don't. Again, rich people business. I ain't rich yet, so I don't have a comment for him. Make your money, King.
Goat legend.
And then so now we're segueing into
the niche.
I don't know what we were originally going to talk about, which is career goals.
You told me that I talk too much about relationships in general. Even though I started this with the intent to talk about relationships of all kinds in the beginning. So we can talk about what? Work goals or just goals in general?
Goal mapping.
Okay, goal mapping. You know what? I do have a lot to say about goal mapping because I have been one for a large part of my adult life, 18 until now, have always been focused on goals set for 3 to 5 year increments, and it wasn't until 2019 where I just haven't had a goal at all, and I think that when we had that, if you recall back to our conversation about structure, it was my goals that kept that structure. So being that since 2019 I haven't had a goal to work towards, for me personally, it's been a mind fuck for me, and I just had an aha moment in that whole revelation. Wow. So yes, goal setting is important for me, and I haven't done it lately, and I should. And I've been kind of shooting from the hip with everything, whether it's just creating content or anything else that I got going on here.
Well, I feel completely different about goal mapping, and I feel like I'm a person that has anxiety, and I have anxiety about the future a lot. So I need to compartmentalize things, which I don't think I'm that great at. So for me, I have goals that I want to do professionally, and then I have goals that I want to achieve with family. And I map all of those things out, and I have my best case scenario, my worst case scenario, and big picture. That's kind of how I map it out. And then I also I analyze what I'm doing in a moment and think, does this help my goal? And it doesn't have to be a goal in the professional realm, but is this helping a goal? So for example, going and playing basketball with Adria, going to a park, is that action helping with a goal? Yes, it's helping with my fitness journey. I got outside, I did something that we just haven't done in a minute. Number 2, I spent time with my child, and number 3, I am, helping him, or, having those building blocks as a parent on the outside part with my child. So for me, it made all the sense in the world. I was hitting a goal, and I hope that it becomes a habit, because that will help me hit my family goals or my personal life goals sooner. TikTok is crazy. Love the app. I feel like I am growing faster than I'm learning, and I like it. I like that. It's stressful some days, and some days it's not so stressful. But the big thing is that I'm really just enjoying the journey, and wherever it takes me. I plan to ride it till the wheels fall off. But what I'm saying is that I just really enjoy where I'm at with that. Professionally, which can be compartmentalized into my social media presence and the military. The military is a very big question mark, and I'm kind of trying to be still in that lane of my life to try to figure out what the hell it is that I need to be doing with that. I know what I want to be doing. I know what the big picture looks like for me, but I don't know if that's what I was meant to do, and how, if I was meant to do it in this way. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Okay, you're up, Victor. I think I only took 2 minutes to say that. That was great. Oh, I'm fucking killing it.
So the way I look at it, when you have goals, you set your goals so you can have a feeling of fulfillment. Facts. So you can feel like you're doing something with your life. Gives you a sense of purpose. And I don't know if I made this clear, but I don't fucks with senses of purpose. So goal setting for me is just not a factor. That's all some bullshit. You live till you die, so succumb to your impulses. Yeah.
Crazy.
Can't stand every time this man speaks.
You just because I'm just like reading your mind, right? I'm just saying what you're thinking. Shit, crazy.
Shamar's like, I hate it here.
What you think, man?
My goal setting, I kind of just like think of something or like have a feeling of it. Like, I mean, we could just use it in a sense of like financially. Like, I might say, okay, I want this amount of money, so I can move out and go. So yeah, we could use it in that sense, because that's one I actually sort of kind of planned out from like when I got my job and I seen how much money I like would be potentially saving. I said, okay, by this date, which I always just typically use the end of June. I just happen to say that. I don't really know.
That's your birthday month, right? Yeah. So okay, that makes sense.
Right.
I don't know why everyone holds June so tight, but I get it.
It's just a gold money. It just seems so rare. Like whenever we doing the birthday, like, cause for vaccine we take down the information.
Mm-hmm.
So like with the birthday, like you like almost never see June. Like
What's the most common?
The most common is like August.
No, it's March.
No. It's August or like October or November. I don't know what they doing in 9 months before that. What's going on? I guess Christmas. They popping off.
They out here fucking.
Crazy.
They out here fucking. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just like I said, okay, if I save this at least this much every month, I should have at least this, and with that, maybe that will be, enough to get my feet wet. But at the same time, I kind of think about it, I'm like, man, that money would go so fast.
So fast.
So,
yeah.
Maybe September now.
I support you, little brother.
That shit sucks.
What?
Adulting?
No, just the concept of working so hard for so long and then it's just gone.
When you think about it, this is kind of a utopian society that we live in. We don't have the ability to do everything that we want to do. And there's so much red tape when you think about, like just starting a business. The fact that you have to run through the county. In certain states, you have to run through the county and get a business license, and run through the state, and then run through the federal government and all that. There's a lot of red tape restrictions that doesn't allow someone who may have a great idea to flourish. And for me, it's I'm on the lines that as free as we like to say we are, we're not that much free. And some people argue that it would be, that's part of living in any society. You have to follow certain rules, or whatever the case may be. But I think about how people who like to hunt, that certain states require, hunting licenses, even though there might be an overwhelming amount of a certain population. But again, there's also the argument too that the licenses are in place so that people don't over hunt and have extinction level events happen to certain species. So I see both sides of the fence, and I get everyone's point. But I would like to see a little more acknowledgement of, hey, we don't live in a true, that we live maybe closer in a utopian society than we actually like to say. Because at the end of the day, when you have the financial freedom, you are automatically in certain rooms that allow you to move and be in a space that you're not privy to if you don't have the financial freedom to be so. So it just even in that aspect, it's just there's no equality. I should say, and people, it'll literally be, I was born into a poverty-stricken area, or my family was already poor when the moment I was born, and people will look at you and say, it doesn't matter.
Pull yourself up by your imaginary bootstraps.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that you were born poor, or that I myself might have been born into a multi-million-dollar family that allowed me to be the person who I am. It's not my responsibility. And it's like, no, we're not asking for responsibility. We're asking for acknowledgement and fairness, true fairness. But that's another story.
All facts. That's actually something that I talked about on my live today. I just went live because I hadn't been online all day, so that's kind of how I remedy that. Like, hey, you can see my face, I'm visible. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to do?
Engagement, I like it.
Yeah, so, we got on talking about how I'm so tolerant, and I told them, it's not your black friend's responsibility to educate you on what's happening, but if you do have a safe space in which to learn with a black person, that is ideal. But don't you be going out there making other black people feel like they got to teach you stuff, because that is not their responsibility. And I also told them that even though I do come from a place of education, when I went to Target today and I went through self-checkout, I white-knuckled my receipt because I don't want to be accused of stealing. And I'm a fucking active duty soldier, and I pay my taxes, and I don't commit crimes. But at the end of the day, I also know that I'm a phenotypically looking black woman, and I am at a store, and even though I have enough money in my bank account to purchase the things that I was purchasing 100 times over, I still need to be hyper vigilant and constantly pay attention to how I'm being perceived in the world, because it can go from 0 to 100 real quick, and I could really lose my life. And that is not an exaggeration, that is a reality.
Yeah, people will find a way to insert themselves into your space, and because they feel like they have the authority to do so, they can fuck you up. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so all right.
But what else? I mean, you guys got anything else about your goals? Let's touch on that, because I thought you left that mindset behind. You caught what was it, nihilism or something like that?
It's not nihilism.
Well, you were talking about it before. You were saying that you had to leave that mindset behind you because you were finding that nothing is worth it.
That's crazy. That should not have come off like that. Okay, so
it did.
I don't know
what you just said did come off to me like that.
No, I don't have this mind. When I say that goals are, I don't know. It's so crazy to me to see people set objectives for themselves and then just like complete them, set another one, complete. It's just like, are you living? Are you happy? Like,
absolutely,
are you doing, bro. Like,
absolutely,
it's just
living.
Okay. Let me put it like this: I have never seen that work for anybody. I've never seen someone happily set goals and complete them again and again and again. I've never seen someone live their life goal to goal.
I have.
Nigga, do you not know my name?
But you were just talking about how you wasn't.
This is
happy.
2019, and you can see.
No. You was talking about how you wasn't happy the other podcast. So.
I haven't been happy lately.
Oh, sure.
But when I was setting goals for myself, anything I set for, I accomplished. You know, and you know, for me, to me that was the happiest times of not really the happiest times, because I feel like I do experience. Me being unhappy has nothing to do with what you know around with the goals. I don't want you to misinterpret that, but I do feel like when I do set a goal, when I do have a goal that I'm actively working towards, I usually do accomplish it, and before I actually accomplish it, I move on to the next one, you know, almost immediately. But since we've been up here and things have been, you know, coming, not really going, but they've just been coming at a different pace. I just haven't set myself up to do anything, you know, whether that be work on my master's degree or really, you know, dive into you know any of the extracurricular activities I want to do. I just haven't fully divulged into it yet.
So I guess my thing is then I don't get that same type of fulfillment from like finishing high school. Even though I finished like academically like phenomenally top percentile type shit, I didn't even go to my fucking thing. I had them mail my shit to me because I didn't care. So like I don't know. I don't get fulfillment from completing goals, I guess. Like and I relate heavily. So it's not dumb. So when Lil Uzi first went #1, they asked him. There's like they found him on the street. They're like, hey man, you got the #1 song in the world. How do you feel about that? You know, it's difficult to do. And he was like, yeah man, my friend showed me it. And I was like, cool. And I was like, damn, I relate to that shit. Like it's just like it's like I know Shamar is a resident cool guy, but when it comes to a lot of shit, besides like shit I'm passionate about, like politics and shit, like when it comes to a lot of shit, it's cool. Like, and I feel that way with goals and shit. Like I could set a goal to get a 6-pack, and like 2 years later, I'll be the most ripped guy on the planet. I'll be like, cool. You know, like.
And you know what? Okay, so and I say this over and over again, and I feel like I have to reiterate this point because it is the bane of my existence, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get past this. But I every time I hear Victor talk and I resonate with it, I shudder in my soul. And it's kind of like when Armando's like, you have 325,000 subscribers.
Just like, cool.
And I'm like, yeah, like, that's great. Like, no, I'm not like downplaying it. Like, no, that's fucking awesome. But also, what do you want me to do about it?
No, I hear you.
Like,
you're right.
That's great. And I'm going to continue to do things that I like. And I think that that's the difference. If I don't like it, I'm not, Armand knows this about me. Listen, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm not with it, I'm not doing it.
Have y'all finally come to terms to it? Have y'all finally come to terms with each other that y'all are like the same person?
I've been telling Shauna, she just keep rejecting me.
No.
Have you noticed that, Shamar? Like these two are two sides of the same fucking coin.
Absolutely the fuck not. We're not. There's no. I shudder in my soul. It hurts me to my core. I actually pay additional taxes in order to escape this reality.
Besides the cap.
I hate it
here. I don't cap, but pretty much the same.
I think with you, Armand, it's just they both just disagree against what you say. So it just makes you feel like
I disagree with Armand.
And I don't think
Armand might be the only person
that he agrees with. I see the same thing. Like,
talking about
and you know what it is? What pisses me off, and like this shuddering in my soul as we speak. I hate when people like, you just disagree with me. No, bitch, it's my fucking opinion. Yeah. Oh, you're just trying to disagree. You're just trying to have a difference. Like, you're just trying to be different. Yes. No, it's my opinion,
my friends
bitch.
Saying that to me. They're like, oh, you want to be different? You want to be hipster? I'm like, no,
it's my fucking opinion.
Just let me exist, bro.
Let me live. Allow me to be me, bitch. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm not gonna name drop.
I'm gonna zoom in on this part because
look. I'm not gonna name drop, but one of my very close friends, I'm talking one of the niggas I consider my blood. That nigga always says that I try to disagree with him.
I have been hearing this for almost 31 years. You're just trying to be different. You're just trying to agree with this.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
I don't like it. Suck my dick. Like, what do you want me to say?
Exactly.
What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say that I agree with you? Because, okay, fine, I agree with you. Like, so
no, but then when I do that, he's like, oh, you're faking it.
Oh, you're faking it. Like, you're capping. You're lying. No, tell me what you really think. I did. And you told me that I was trying to disagree with you.
Exactly.
I don't know what the fuck you want me to say.
You just can't win.
So I think we can both agree that they just proved the point.
I just can't wait for June. Gym season, man.
Wait, listen. I gotta think about June. People born in June.
What?
You know what?
Don.
No, it's
Nah,
it's,
go
it's,
ahead,
it's,
drop nah.
It's not just June, but I'm sick of the slander about Geminis. And
Geminis are trash.
Listen,
I'm just playing.
listen.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means.
I'm sick of the
Can't
slander about Geminis, man.
Can't relate.
We get no fucking respect with these zodiac signs, and
No.
I keep seeing Virgos and Scorpios and
You're
Leos
being a piss
talk
baby.
shit.
I'm an Aries. Nobody likes me. I was on I was on the phone with this girl,
If you
and
tell
I
the
told
truth,
her,
nobody
look,
likes you.
Look. I was in like a three-way call, right? It was me, my nigga, and this chick, right? And we was talking, and she was like, when's your birthday? And I was like, shit. I was like, oh, I asked her sign first, and I looked up compatible signs, and I was like, shit, shawty, I'm a Sagittarius. What's up? And then my friend goes, oh no, he's an Aries, and she's like, ew, and I was like, bro, I was like, you should, bro.
No. You know what it is? I'm sick of the whole two-faced Gemini shit. That's not a thing. I think we are like by default we are the most like one-way type of person ever. You know, we're not gonna sugarcoat shit for you. Some people will, but it's just. I think people in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, Geminis aren't exclusive to two-facedness. And I hate that shit. I am not two different people anywhere I go. I am usually consistent across the board.
So what's something stereotypical that they say about Aries and Gemini?
They do though. They say, okay, from what I heard
Aries are
personally,
natural born leaders.
Okay, they say Aries are like, like strong people or whatever.
Very strong-minded.
We're like assholes. We're very bold.
Assholes.
Like we're
blunt.
socially inept. Yeah, like they think we're like awful people.
All I ever hear is that Geminis are crazy.
Yes.
Two-faced it,
Yeah.
and then everyone relates back to
facts.
Kanye West and Donald Trump. And I fucking
Donald Trump's a
hate
Gemini?
it.
Oh, y'all got that. Y'all got that. That's on y'all boys.
It makes me angry to my core because
Makes
I'm like, yo, there are two-faced people no matter what month you're born. You know what I'm saying? And I just,
Just take your L, man.
No,
Go home.
because
Like,
every time I see some shit about Geminis, I be ready to fight. Every single time. Not literally, but I'd be ready to argue with people about it because I feel like the most two-faced people I have ever
I really
met
want this
have been
passion that Armand feels because I feel none of that shit.
I'm gonna be real. If it
I
weren't
am
for
unmoved.
women being so attached to astrology, I wouldn't get. I don't
give a.
This shit is not real.
I don't give
The
a
hoes love
fuck.
it. So
I mean, I
don't
literally
give
feel
a
like the
fuck.
best parts of any year are always May, June, July, right? Because August is dog sweaty, and is miserable, and then
it's June and July. What? June and July is the hottest of the year.
I don't care.
that's not true. It is hot, but it is not August sweaty ass swamp butt hot. August is a miserable place.
Oh, it's not
August
that
is a miserable time of year.
It's not that bad.
I can't even.
You lived in
I
Florida.
don't really
You
know.
should
I'm
know that
telling you,
August is
June
a
and July was summer. That was awful.
Any major hurricane we've had in the last decade and a half has been between August and
When
November.
Armand tries to prove a point, he's like, you know what?
No, because the science is behind everything. Everything. May is an enjoyable month, and everyone acts like people that are born in May are the
Me and
shittiest
the
people
quarter
on
leg.
earth, and it's just not the case. I just want some respect on my
What's
side.
what's actually going on in Shauna's head right now? I'm gonna peel back the curtain. I'm literally, as you guys are talking, tell me if you know, if you want to talk, you know. Exactly. I can't.
But July.
I am like squirrel though.
But July is like that song should be assigned to the month of July because whenever someone thinks of July, that's one of the things that I think in my head is just like
I don't
that Fast and the
associate
Furious
anything with anything.
It should be like it's perfect for the month of
Oh
July.
no,
for some reason.
I associate music with people, and it hurts me deep down inside.
Do I associate with people?
Yeah, I stopped associating people with music
It hurts
back
me.
in like the 8th grade because
It
I knew that once I
hurts
moved to
me
Florida,
in the inside
it was a wrap.
part. I
It
don't
was
know
a
why.
wrap.
I make a conscious effort to not do that anymore, but I still do. So damn, I feel like if I don't upload tonight, I don't even know how to get to my DMs,
So let's get back into stems and sets then. Let's wrap this shit up. Stems and sets. Because my rant was the whole Gemini thing right now. So, stems and sets. So my stem today is Chloe Belly.
Shamar was getting ready to say it.
Sorry.
Well, I don't know about stem. Like, I just thought of a set just now.
Okay.
This is
So,
the first.
I know your stuff.
anyway, so, I thought my job was going to do this for, grueling 6 weeks. Turns out it's 12, so.
That's a set?
No, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to have a whatever the other one is called? I can't get down with this. What?
No, STEM. He did a set. Do you have a STEM?
I don't like this.
Maybe he could tell me apparently. Oh, I know.
And I'm there, nigga. This nigga gets to walk in the job and see me every day, bro.
It's the self-confidence for me.
I be having this man geeked up at work. I'm talking about he be dying at work. And tell me I don't cap.
Bro,
First of
I
all,
should be over there
Shamar dying is like.
No, that nigga be laughing. I'm talking, you can see him laughing through his mask. I forgot, what did I said
Shamar's like,
today.
I'm smiling with my eyes.
Look, I said some shit today. We were sitting at the table. I said some shit today, and he said that's not funny, and then started busting out laughing. I promise you, I be having this nigga dying out. I know I make work better for him, bro.
Wait, the other night when I was in there and I see both of y'all come out the back, I'm like, look at these niggas ain't doing shit. Like,
Okay.
It was the end of the night, bro. We was wrapping up.
these niggas ain't doing shit.
What's your stem and said?
STEM is that internet being fixed. Oh my god.
Period.
That shit's been a struggle.
Period. Because I'm getting ready to upload videos right now. And
then said is actually like I said, me and him been working like mad overtime lately. We put like mad double shifts and shit.
they're fucking heroes. Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, we're heroes. You know, national heroes. Hit my DMs. You want to talk to a hero? But yeah. So I'm on vacation now. My vacation's officially started. I don't gotta go to work till next Tuesday.
Look, Victor's about to blink 9 times and then be at the cash register.
Yeah, look. Let's just say I got my equipment. I'm about to go crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever. Well, the good thing, because I don't ever get it right. The good thing is about no, let's do the bad thing. The bad thing is that I have to go back to work on Monday, and it's not really bad. It's just the fear of the unknown. So I just always categorize something as bad, and I'm pleasantly surprised if it's good. And the good thing is that I often catch Shamar and Victor having candlelight dinners together and having really good.
Listen. One day I'm over here trying to watch my credit card videos. Him and AJ just come to the table.
I love that they're functioning like Bert and Ernie. It makes my heart smile. They have
Bert and Ernie.
They have such. They have. It's so.
Yo, you even got a little orange nose.
I
like
really
Bert
love
like
it.
Ernie, nigga.
I really love it. It really makes my heart smile.
Oh,
and sometimes I overhear their conversation and their giggles make me so happy.
So we can't talk no more.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. They have family dinners together. It's very serious. They warm up their food at the same time. It's really sweet. It's really, really, really sweet. And usually giggling makes me very uncomfortable. It's my pineapples, but when they giggle, it makes my heart smile.
You're just gonna text me.
Since when? I be giggling all the time to myself.
And it makes me very uncomfortable.
This is like the 8th time that she's done this to me. First, it was I was pronouncing her name wrong. She was already pregnant by the time she told me how to pronounce her name properly.
How do you pronounce her name?
Brashana.
Shanna.
Yeah,
Shanna.
The proper way is Shanna.
It's Brashana.
Mm-hmm.
The way it's spelled.
How does your mother say
I
it?
understand that, but when
That's
she got
the
pregnant,
way and he knows that's the way the whole family says it.
Yeah. Well, that's technically how it's spelled. But understand that when she told me I've been saying it wrong, she was pregnant. Her and I were already together for 8 years before she got pregnant. So for her to tell me that, it's like, yo,
That's
for
not
real?
on you.
Yeah.
That was really weird too, because
Then
it was to win a fight.
And then she tells me that
It was to win
the
a
music
fight.
I listened to.
But did I win a fight? I did. I won that
You didn't
fight.
really win.
If she won the fight, it's worth it.
I won.
Alright.
No, it was.
It wasn't even a fight. It wasn't even a fight.
That's why I dropped it. I said, man, you don't even fucking know my name, bitch. Like, what the fuck?
That's a bar. Yeah.
Bars.
She didn't say it like that. She didn't say it like
Oh,
that.
you didn't say it like that?
No.
No, I did. And then he was like, oh, I can't believe that I found her. And then her name was on Facebook. This is Facebook. This is him typing on Facebook. Oh, I can't believe that her name. I can't believe her name is
You make it
Brashana.
sound like you served him, and then he was
Hashtag.
on Facebook. Like,
What didn't you? Hashtag
I did go to
sleeping with a
Facebook.
stranger.
I did. I was sleeping with a stranger.
did you really do a
I did.
hashtag?
I said
She
that. I
won.
said, yo, I was
If she had
sleeping
you
with a
do a
stranger,
hashtag,
bro.
she won,
She
bro.
gonna tell me that her name is different than what I've been calling her all her fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I can't believe you actually put a
I did.
hashtag.
Hashtag sleeping with a stranger, and that was trending for like 3 weeks. Amongst my friends.
No, like he was getting calls
But wait,
as we were still in the
but
car.
hear me out. Every time I do something, Shauna says she hates it. It's the epitome of her. It's the
That's
bane of her
not
existence.
true.
She hates the. She hates the music that I love.
Yo, fuck your grandma.
Does.
She hates the
I do
music
too,
that
but she does.
That's part of the reason why I don't even listen to music now because she hates it and it's the bane of her existence. That's what she told me.
I do tons
That's
of stuff that I
what
don't
she
give a
told
fuck
me.
if you don't like
and
it.
then now she hates my giggles. I'm a laughing motherfucker. Like I'm funny. Like what the fuck?
Armand be like really like in his own head, and I'd be looking at him.
She hates
like,
everything I do. She hates the fact of how I sleep. Like she used to beat me in my sleep. I'm convinced.
I never beat him.
She used to beat me in my sleep. I'm convinced.
I wanted to square up.
See, she just hate, why she just hate? Why is she with me? She just hates me.
But the music thing that's rough because.
It's my existence.
When this nigga, I wish he would stop playing music, bro. This nigga on the hot show, he just be playing anything.
Oh, so you're admitting to the fact that you guys are a married couple?
Man,
is that what I mean?
I don't know about all that, but all I know is when this nigga get the aux, I feel like he just go on YouTube and hit like those random mixes they be making. Let's get shuffle. I don't know where you listen to this shit, nigga. I'm talking, this nigga be black. It go from like Ariana Grande to like fucking Southside to like fucking. Today he was listening to a nigga make a fucking that Griselda type beat. I'm like,
yeah, I was just watching a tutorial and it was hard too.
You watching a tutorial?
Right, his plays be giving me headaches, bro.
The beat was so hard. He's like, oh, that's so bad, bro. I'm like, man, that beat was hard.
I was like, bro. And then he started listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about fucking stars or something.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, get off the aux,
sleep
bro.
instantly. So.
I'm like, bro, please.
As long as he's not laughing, because he has an obnoxious loud laugh, and he'd be like all monotone, and then the laugh spikes and wakes me up out of my sleep. I'd be angry as fuck. I'm like, God damn it. So,
At least this has been
my stem. I didn't do my stem set yet.
I wasn't ending anything. Like, why the fuck did you get prematurely upset with me?
I felt like you were about to end it.
Oh my god. Shit.
My bad.
I won't say another fucking word, guys. It's always a fucking problem.
She hates me so much. My stem has said. I don't have a stem no more because I forgot. No, so my stem today, Saturday made my fucking week. My stem is about to eat the steak right now, and my said.
Come on, man. Come on.
The
man.
lack of professionalism that some people have, that is my stead. If you are having a bad day at work, that is okay. Have your bad day. But do not take it out on the people around you. Do not take it, just don't do it around me. I don't like it. Because I go the extra mile to make sure that people can't say certain things about me. There's never going to be a story about me at my place of work. Because I recognize that I'm a black man, and working with women and a woman-dominated workplace means that you can easily find yourself in an uncomfortable position around women. So I make it my business to maintain a certain level of respect and professionalism around people. But when I start to see people get too comfortable with me, it makes me uncomfortable, and I start to lash out again. So just
what?
Yeah, lash out in a way that like I'm gonna let you know, yo, don't talk like that around me. Don't do that. And people don't usually like. Yeah, people don't like that because it was around one of those times where I've been called militant and forceful, whatever the case may be. So I make it a business like, let's stay professional, please.
Yeah.
All times.
I've got that issue, but not to people being like rude or like nasty, but to people being too friendly with me. Because as Shamar said, he be hearing me talk. I'm not gonna put no specifics, but he be hearing me talk to people. He's like, "Why the fuck you so nice to them, but they gonna keep talking to you?" And I'm like, "What am I supposed to do? Be mean?" He's like, "Hey, I don't say shit to his ass." And I'm just like, "How do you do? Like, I can't
do that. I can't be quiet.
They just keep talking to me.
Yeah, I hate it.
Like I'm literally turning my body this way, taking steps away, and they're still continuing the conversation. I'm like, you can't get like body cues. I'm trying to walk. And they don't stop.
Basically, essentially what he's trying to say is, well, this is kind of a different thing, but in the same sense. He told someone he played video games at work, and it was the wrong person.
Man, I'm talking to females, and he come up. Let me see your picture of my character. I'm like, bro, it's a bitch right here. Bro, what you doing, man? Like, I'm talking about games around the hose.
You trying to talk to bitches at work? I mean, not at work, but you been trying to talk to bitches while you working?
At all times.
Oh,
I'm always on the prowl.
That's a skill.
Didn't I say I was on Demon Time?
Yeah, you're right.
I said that.
Oh my god.
All right, I think we good. Did you
do your stems?
Yeah, everybody did it.
Brian?
Damn, bro.
You told him to watch?
Hey, you got to censor that, bro.
You told him to watch?
Armand, please censor that.
Censor that shit. That's
well, first of all, it's not even like I've had Armand censor that too. I've been like, bro, take that shit the fuck out.
He a superior, bro. If he was like same level or lower, I don't care, but he's kind of up there.
All right.
But nah. What was that? Did I say my stem? No, I said my stem was the internet. We fixed that. That shit fire.
Yeah.
I didn't
Everybody
say
said it.
that.
Armand was the last one.
Yeah, that was the last one.
What was my seg?
We good. And
Who cares?
I already did a rant. Unless any of y'all got a rant.
That's fucked up.
Nah, I think I talked about how astrology's bullshit. Yeah.
All right, we good now. I think we're at an hour and 20 minutes. We good. Thank you guys for tuning in for another podcast of Blood Don't Matter. Please tune in every week on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter. I think we are BDM _ podcast on Twitter. So and I'm still working out the logistics to that because I'm not heavy on Twitter, but I have one just in case people want to reach out. But yeah, follow us on YouTube. Peace.